Welcome back to the ranch. I know it's been a while, but I'm glad you're here. Today I want to show you the garden. So remember, this is my first time gardening and I was so scared in the beginning and had no idea what I was doing, but I've learned so much and things are actually growing and it looks so good and I have loved being out here every day. So come along, check it out. I'll show you what's working and maybe what's not. First things first, I got the fence painted and this sweet little trellis. And no, nothing is growing on it, but I have big plans for next year. So here we are. It's looking really good. Let's go in and see what we have. Okay, so first you probably notice all this dead space. And I will be honest, the size of this garden was really overwhelming to me. And so I did what I felt comfortable with. But next year, I'm already planning out this section and I'm excited to show you what I'm gonna do there. All right, first up, the squash and pumpkin patch. I've been so impressed with how well this is growing. But I've gotta show you, I also did some sunflowers down the fence line and I think it's gonna look so good once those start blooming, but let me show you the squash and pumpkins. The plants have gotten so big, and I think a lot of it has to do with the black tarp. It's holding in a lot of moisture and heat. We haven't had any yet, but as you can see, we've got lots of flowers going on, and that's where we're gonna get our zucchini. This specific plant is zucchini. And you see, we've got a little guy growing right here. Can't wait to see him all grown up. Another one down right here, getting big, and, well, not getting big, but growing, little baby. It looks like they're all probably gonna come at the same time, which is always a little bit stressful when you have your hands full of zucchini. It looks like we've got some bigger ones over here. Let's take a look. All right, we've got one there and one right here. Another one growing right here. And more flowers budding. All right, so those two are zucchini. I think these two are also zucchini. You can see more growth right there on that flower. And then we turn into some squash. And on the end here, I've got a spaghetti squash plant. And I haven't really seen growth here yet. Oh, maybe there's one. There he is. All right, good times. I'm excited. Back here, this row was actually my turquoise pumpkins, and you can see that it did not take. Honestly, I'm really sad about missing out on the turquoise pumpkins because I love those. I think they're so beautiful, but it does give me a spot to walk, which I wasn't really planning for. The rest of this is all pumpkins. We've got some gourds, we've got some jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, we've got some small and warty pumpkins, all sorts of kinds. And then the purpling flower there in the back, that's just a weed, but I'll tell you what, it's attracting the bees, so I've left it. And it kind of looks pretty. Can't wait for all of those sunflowers to just start blooming. So, oh, and there's a butterfly. I will say I have had problems with birds hanging out here in the patch. So if any of you have any tips for keeping the birds out, I'm hoping that they don't peck the heck out of the pumpkins. Let me know down below. In front of the squash, the kids decided to try their hand at some watermelon, and it's growing. You can see my shadow, sorry. But we got 3 watermelon plants and babying them, watering them a lot, hoping that they'll take and produce. Okay, this is the very sad but surviving strawberries. Were just transplanted. My niece actually gave me a bunch of strawberry plants. So they are still in shock. We are getting some green coming back. They went totally dry. And we're just watering them and hoping that they will be happy next year. I really think they will. And that's part of my plan, is to make this zone strawberry patch, and all of this white that you see here, we'll just keep that strawberry patch going all the way across. I love strawberries, love making jam. Why not, right? Check out this corn. It's growing so good. We did get a few little pieces and some in the front aren't doing as well, but it's getting tall. I'm 5'9" for reference. And I'm so happy about it. So corn does not like weeds. It does not do well if it has to compete for water. But now that it's getting really tall, the shade is making it hard for the weeds to grow, which I love. It's been a lot healthier and a lot easier to maintain. These are the potatoes that we put directly into the ground. My challenge with potatoes is that typically once planted, you should mound it with dirt or mound it with leaves. But because I put it in weed barrier, I'm not quite sure how to go about that. Should I just put more dirt over these rows and over the weed barrier? Another weed. Or should I just let them be and see what happens? Kind of leaning towards experimentation year, see what happens. Next year, I plan on putting a lot of the potatoes in that dead space that I showed you in the beginning. Because I do think they're pretty and they do get the little white flowers on them eventually. So we could have those on either side of a walking path that meets up with the strawberry patch. Tell me what you guys think. So here, oh, a dead weed. Luckily I can just throw it all in the pasture. We have grapes. Now I did not plant these grapes. These were here already. And I'm so glad that they were, because this is something that is so exciting. So we're already getting beautiful grapes. I don't know if they're going to stay green or turn red, because like I said, I didn't plant these. The kids have been eating them already, but they're tiny and they do have seeds. That's something I haven't looked up before, is do all grapes have seeds in the garden in the beginning and then they just kind of go away, or are these definitely going to be seeded grapes? Anyways, good times. Okay, so back here is a little dead space I was working on yesterday. All this was weeds. We pulled it up. I added some kind of ground cover bushes that flower, bring in more bees and butterflies, and just make the space around the greenhouse a little more beautiful than just knee-high weeds. But I just noticed the piggies are all out napping. Oh, you gotta see this. You getting hot, piggies? You ready for water? Let's wet you. They're smart little guys. I think they heard me, even though I was trying to be really quiet. Piggy! All right, let me in. Let me in. Come on. Lock this up here. Do you guys need some water? Oh, they're ready. Okay, give it a minute. The pig pen is exactly what it sounds like, a pig pen. Pigsty. Oh, you can't all get it at the same time. Gotta wait your turn. They definitely need water.
Okay, sing.
What is it?
Yummy.
Is it yummy?
No, yummy. I want to read in my room, so can you?
Hi, Henry. This box is my other potatoes. They're doing great. I have added more dirt. I could probably even add some more because there is still room in the box. I think all this is normal. They're getting a few leaves that are kind of shriveling up, but from what I read, that's okay. It's normal, and they just need lots of water. I'm still watering all of these boxes by hand. That's another thing I would love to figure out for next year, is how to get some automatic watering going. Okay, so these boxes are doing really well. This one has peppers and tomatoes, along with some marigolds here in the front that have not bloomed yet. But you'll see these peppers, the plants themselves are not very tall, maybe only, 6 inches, but they started bearing fruit already. This one's getting a big bell pepper. This one here is also getting a big bell pepper. Some of these other ones, you can see he's getting a guy too. But they had huge ones. This one, this little tiny guy, look at my hand. He's tiny. He had a big bell pepper on him, like this big. And so I clipped it off even though the bell pepper wasn't quite ready, because I want the plant to focus on growing the plant, not the fruit, for right now at least. Took them off this guy as well, and he's already looking stronger. So hopefully that works. Looks like we got another big guy growing over here. Oh, so yummy. I can't wait. Tomatoes are doing good. Here's the issue with tomatoes. I love me a big, juicy, beefy tomato, and unfortunately, those plants didn't take. So we have Roma tomatoes here. Actually, these look more round. Okay, we're figuring this out together, real time. Those look like they might be my beefsteak ones. But here we've got Romas. So cute. Here we have more Romas. And then we've got some more long tomatoes. What are they called? San Marinzo. I can't remember. I'll post it. But they are doing really well. These are going to be tomatoes for different sauces and the like. It looks like one of the limbs escaped. I'll put this in there. one of the funny things about making this YouTube channel, these videos, is I just do it all myself. And so trying to film, oh no, he's gonna break. Maybe I'll just tuck him in up here. Trying to film and talk and show you what I'm doing can be tricky at times. But we'll just tuck him in right there. There, that's better. Oh no, he broke off. Darn it. I tried. All right, next up is the box with the cucumbers, lettuce, and some large yellow onions. So I just added this trellis yesterday with the help of my husband. Just put some hog wire on these stakes with zip ties. Can you see that? And hoping that the cucumbers will then start trellising up. I've already kind of guided them a little bit. They're pretty small, and maybe the trellis isn't close enough. But the big one here on the end, was able to kind of weave him through a little bit. So cucumbers, you want to leave off the ground as much as possible so that they don't get disease. And so that's why a trellis works for the cucumbers. All right, on this other side, we have our lettuce. Unfortunately, it did not take on the sides, just right there in the middle. And then some onions here, which they're still really small. I don't know if they have time to get big, but hopeful. Check out this baby marigold that's trying to hang on, trying to survive. I love it. This one is a lemon lettuce. You saw my little 2-year-old eating it. It's delicious. So yummy. It's just called a sorrel. I had a sweet lady give that to me when I was at the greenhouse. She's like, "You need this." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." So it looks like the cucumbers are going to trellis, which is exciting. That's what we want them to do. Stay off the ground, grow delicious cucumbers. All right, we're down to the last 2 boxes. This one, as you can see, nothing took on this side. I don't know why. I planted, oh, my shadow. I planted beets, and this might be a beet. So I don't know. We'll let it keep going and see what happens. This here is eggplant. Obviously, I've never grown eggplant before. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be doing and how it works, but that one we're just watching. And once you plant things by seed, you don't really realize how close you've planted things together until they start sprouting. So if you're wondering, why didn't you spread this out? That's why. We've got some jalapeno peppers here. They're getting big. I can't wait to make salsa with those when my tomatoes are also ready. In the back here is another pepper. This was mainly going to be my herb garden. A lot of the herbs didn't come up. I didn't get parsley. I'm trying to think what else I put in here. I think I put some lavender that I didn't get yet. But peppers grow really well with herbs, so that's why I put them together. This one is a banana pepper. Love these on sandwiches and salads and things. This is the cilantro, doing pretty well. I've already cut a little bit of it. I do cut the tops off, the seeding parts, because I really want them to focus on just getting big and full and healthy so that I can come out here and get them anytime I need them. Okay, here's the basil. 2 little tiny basil plants here in the front. And with these, I just like to take the seed tops off. So again, it can focus on spreading out and getting big, strong, and healthy. You guys, this purple basil is divine. It is so delicious. It smells so good. And I just want pizza and pasta every day. It is so delicious. I'll grab this weed while we're out here. A little tiny one. Okay, the last box was my flower box. Now, it didn't take as well as I wanted it to, but we are getting some flowers. These are dahlias, I hope, I think. I don't know, we'll see. But I think they'll be pretty. And then I believe those are the small short sunflowers. These ones here are African daisies, beautiful. They get the best coloring. Looks like we got a little bug on that one. Hi, little bug. And my daughter planted that one over there. I'm not quite sure what it is. She said it looks like roses. She wanted it. I've never been a fan of planting roses just because of the thorns, but they are really pretty. Okay, over here, these did survive. These are tomato plants. They did survive from the greenhouse. And because not all of the flowers took, this spot was bare, so I decided to put them here next to the tomatoes. I maybe should have picked this giant zone, but again, I'm a beginner. These are the little baby orange tomatoes, which you add to salads and pastas and everything. It's delicious. And that one is the Blue Beauty. Those are kind of the big purplish blue heirloom tomatoes that are so good, just sliced up with salt and pepper. So I'm really hoping that they keep growing. Hang in there, little fellas. We've got a few more long weeks of hot summer, and I hope they do okay, because I want to eat them. These tomatoes are doing great. Ooh, look at all those. There can be lots of pasta, lots of sauces made with that. All right, dead space. What am I going to do with it? Next year, I am really hoping to bring these strawberries all the way across with a path in the middle of them that goes to the door. On either side of the path, I'll put all of my potatoes, which means potatoes are not going to be over here, and they're not going to be in that back box, which will clear up the box space so that I can do more carrots, more lettuce, better tomatoes. And then this is all going to be corn. Now that I know corn is happy here, I want to just let it go wild. But I think it will be really beautiful. We'll put the watermelon up on the weed killer, and then I will be able to just add a bunch of dirt and leaves and whatever else I want to the potatoes so that they can be happy. And this comfrey was already here. It was actually really pretty. It kind of flowered for a little bit. Now it's just green, and I love green, so I'm leaving it here. But I can't wait to work on all this fall and really get this set up so that it's even better next year. But can you believe this? My first ever garden, and things are actually growing. Guys, it's not as hard as they say. So thank you so much for watching. Come back next time. I've got some other things I really wanted to talk about. So maybe getting a little personal, but I think it'll be good. Come on back next time. See you then.